Here there is something painful that nobody will ever say to your face. Not your children. Not your friends. Not even your wife. When a man loses respect after 65, it almost never happens because of one big mistake. It happens through small habits. Tiny things he does every day without noticing while everyone around him notices. And because people love him, nobody tells him. They just gently pull away. They call it less. They listen less. They start talking about him instead of to him. Today, I am going to be the friend who tells you the truth. 7 habits that quietly cost older men their respect and what dignified men do instead. Be honest with yourself as you listen, because I promise you, at least one of these will sting a little. Number 6 is the one every man denies doing. And number 7 is the one that costs the most. Before we start, if you are over 65 and brave enough to hear the truth, drop a comment with the state you are watching from. This channel is for men who would rather hear it straight than hear it sweet. Let us begin. The first habit is the most common one. Complaining not sometimes, but as a way of speaking. The weather is wrong. The prices are wrong. The neighbors, the traffic, the government, the way young people talk. Some men reach a point where complaining is not something they do, it is who they have become. And they do not even hear it anymore. But everyone else does. Here is what happens on the other side. A man named Stan, 70, from Wisconsin, could not figure out why his grandkids never sat with him at family gatherings. Good kids, polite kids, but always somewhere else in the house. Then one day he overheard his grandson say to his sister, "Don't sit by Grandpa Stan, he'll just start complaining again." 7 words from a 12-year-old. Stan said it hurt more than anything a grown man had ever said to him. Understand this. People do not avoid complainers because they are cruel. They avoid them because complaints are heavy, and everyone is already carrying their own weight. The respected man flips the ratio. For every problem he mentions, he offers 2 good things. Not fake cheerfulness, just balance. A comment about the garden coming in nice. A joke about the game. When the old-timers you admired walked into a room, the room got lighter, not heavier. That was never an accident. That was a habit. And the second habit is one that wants to help, which is exactly why it is so dangerous. You have 50 years of experience. You have seen things your children cannot imagine. So, when you see them making a mistake with their money, their kids, their house, every bone in your body wants to speak up. But here is the truth. Unrequested advice does not sound like wisdom to the listener. It sounds like criticism wearing a helpful hat. Every time you say, "You know what you should do," what they hear is, "You're doing it wrong." Say it often enough, and people start hiding their lives from you. Your son stops telling you about his business. Your daughter goes quietly about the grandkids' school. Not because they do not respect your mind, because they are tired of being graded. The wise man learned a unique way. He waits for me to be asked. And here is the beautiful part: when a man stops handing out free advice, something strange happens. People start asking for it. Because now his words are rare, and rare things are valuable. There is an old saying, advice is like medicine. Given at the right time, in the right dose, it heals. Pour out constantly, it poisons. So, hold your tongue even when it is hard. Especially when it is hard. If they fall, they will learn. If they need you, they know where you are. And when they finally do ask, and they will, your words will land with 10 times the weight. Now, the third habit. This one does not push people away with words. It pushes them away before you even speak. Let us talk about something uncomfortable. The way you look. Somewhere along the line, some men decide that caring about their appearance was for the working years. The shave becomes every few days. The same shirt does 3 days in a row. The haircut will be awakening another month. Who am I trying to impress? He says. Wrong question. It was never about impressing anyone. It is about a signal, and everyone around you reads it every single day. whether you like it or not. A man who is clean, shaved or neatly trimmed, in fresh clothes, standing as straight as his back allows, that man is saying, I still respect myself. And here is the law of human nature that never changes. People cannot respect a man more than he respects himself. Think about the men from your father's generation. Many of them put on a collared shirt just to go to the hardware store. They understood something we forgot: grooming is not vanity. It is a flag you raise every morning that says the man who lives here is still on duty. And the practical truth? It costs almost nothing. 10 minutes in the morning. Shave or trim, clean shirt, decent shoes. That is the whole price of the signal. A 75-year-old man in a clean, pressed shirt walks into a room differently and gets spoken to differently. Watch it. You will see it within a week. The fourth habit is different from the first three. This one is not about what you do. It is about what you chase. Pause here for a second. If any of the first three stung a little, good, that means you are honest enough to fix them. And thousands of men your age are listening right alongside you. Now, habit 4. Nothing drains respect faster than chasing. Call your son 4 times because he did not call back. Guilt lines like, I guess you're too busy for your old dad. Showing up uninvited because being invited stopped happening. Begging, even polite, disguised begging for attention. I understand where it comes from. Loneliness is real, and the phone that does not ring is heavy. But hear this hard truth. Every chase lowers your value in the eyes of the one being chased. That is not how it should be. It is how it is. A man named Vernon, a different Vernon, 73, from Georgia, used to call his daughter daily, sometimes twice. The calls got shorter, her voice got flatter. Then his old army friend gave him one line that changed everything. Vern, a lighthouse doesn't chase ships. Vernon stopped calling daily. He filled the time: the coffee group, the woodshop, the walks. When his daughter called a week later, he was warm, full of his own news, and the first to say, well, I'll let you go. Within 2 months, she was calling twice a week. Because he had become someone worth calling, not an obligation to manage. Be the lighthouse. Stand tall, keep your light on, and let the ships come to you. The ones that matter always do. The fifth habit is a sneaky one because it disguises itself as your best stories. Your stories are treasures. The old jobs, the old cars, the way the town used to be. Told at the right moment, they are gold, and do not let anyone tell you otherwise. But there is a line, and some men cross it without noticing. It is when the past stops being a place you visit and becomes the only place you live. Every conversation loops back to 1975. Every mention of today gets compared to back in my day, and today always loses. Every new thing is dismissed before it is understood. Here is what that habit whispers to everyone around you: my life is behind me. And people, especially young people, quietly stop bringing you the present. Why show grandpa the new thing if the answer is always how the old thing was better? The respected older man does the opposite. He trades. That is the secret trade. Do not just broadcast. Ask your grandson to show you the game he plays, really watches. Ask one good question and then he will ask about the cars you drive. Interest is a two-way road, and the man who shows curiosity about today earns the right to be heard about yesterday. The most magnetic old men are not the ones with the best memories. They are the ones still collecting new ones. Now habit 6. The one I warned you about. The one every man says, not me, while doing it. Here it is, telling the same stories to the same people and steamrolling conversations instead of listening. Not me, you are thinking. That is what every man thinks. But ask yourself honestly, when did someone last tell you something, and you truly listen? No interrupting, no waiting for your turn, no, that reminds me of the time I... Some men, as the years pass, slowly turn every conversation into a stage with one microphone. The same 5 stories on rotation. the same jokes. And family, being family, nods along third time this month while their respect quietly leaks out the back door. Nobody corrects an older man mid-story. They just stop starting conversations with him. The fix is embarrassingly simple, and it will set you apart from 90% of men your age. Ask questions, then actually listen to the answers. How did that job interview go? What happened with that car trouble? And then remember it and ask again next week. A man who remembers what you told him last Tuesday is a man people fight to sit next to. Here is the irony of old age that nobody tells you. At this stage, you gain more respect from your ears than from your mouth. The best talker in the room is admired for an evening. The best listener is loved for years. And that brings us to the seventh habit. The most expensive one. The one that can undo a lifetime of respect in a single year. The seventh habit is losing your calm over trivial things, over slights, over every opinion you disagree with. The waitress gets the order wrong, and there is a scene. A grandkid says something careless, and there is a week of cold silence. Someone disagrees at the dinner table, and the volume rises. Some men, as they age, develop a hair trigger. Every little thing becomes a battle for respect. And here is the cruel joke. Every battle for respect loses respect. Because everyone watching learns one thing. This man can be controlled. Push this button, get this reaction. Even children figure it out. The reactive man hands the remote control of his emotions to every stranger, every relative, every bad driver on the road. Now think about the most respected old man you ever knew. I had bet everything he had one quality. He was unshakable. Slow to anger. Impossible to bait. When he finally did speak firmly maybe twice a year, the whole room went silent, because his anger was rare, and rare things are heavy. That is the destination, and it is a choice you make 10 times a day. The wrong order? No trouble when you get a chance. The careless comment? A slow smile and let it die. The intense argument? You might be right. And watch how that one sentence ends wars. A calm man over 70 is not seen as weak. He is seen as a mountain. Weather does not move him. And everyone wants to stand near a mountain. So, there they are. 7 habits. Constant complaining, unasked advice, letting yourself go, chasing people, living in the past, talking without listening, and reacting to everything. Notice something. Every single one is fixable starting today, costing nothing. Not one requires money, health, or anyone's permission. Just awareness, and a little of that discipline you have been practicing your whole life. And if a few of these stung good, that sting is just the truth finding a soft spot. The fact that you listened this far without clicking away already puts you ahead of most men. Weak men avoid mirrors. You just investigated one for 15 minutes straight. Respect after 65 is not given for what you were. It is given for how you carry yourself now. And how you carry yourself is 100% in your hands. You have earned your peace. Now go earn your respect back one small habit at a time. If this spoke to you, subscribe because in an upcoming video, I am covering the 3 questions you should never answer, no matter who is asking. Even family. That one will surprise you. Take care of yourself. I will see you in the next one.